In the fading light of dusk, Samuel settled into his weathered boat, its sides gently creaking against the rhythm of the River Thames. The iconic arches of Tower Bridge loomed overhead, casting long shadows across the water, a striking contrast to the vibrant hues of orange and purple painting the sky. Each evening, this sacred ritual became his escape from the clamor of the city, a time for reflection amidst the whispers of the river. As he cast his line into the murky depths, he felt the cool breeze on his weathered face, a reminder of both the passage of time and the countless stories hidden beneath the surface. Samuel was a relic of a bygone era, one of the last fishermen who had once thrived alongside a flourishing community now diminished. The river, in its endless flow, held the memories of laughter and heartache, and he found solace in being its guardian, even if only for a little while longer. As Samuel settled into the familiar rhythm of casting his line, the world around him began to stir with the melancholy of change. The once thriving community of local fishermen had diminished, their boats now replaced by sleek pleasure craft and the hurried hum of tourists. Samuel often thought of his old friends, some lost to time, others to the flow of life, and felt a bittersweet pang of nostalgia. The Thames had cradled their laughter, sharing countless stories with the very water that now lapped at his boat. Beneath the surface he imagined the secrets it held, whispers of love and loss intertwined as deeply as the currents running through. Samuel understood that the river was more than just a body of water. It was a living archive of memories, reminding him of what had been and what might never be again. Each ripple spoke, and he listened, yearning for connection in a world that seemed to forget. As the sun dipped lower in the sky, Samuel prepared for his evening ritual. He methodically untangled his fishing line and arranged his bait, all while the air brimmed with the sounds of the city settling into twilight. The golden glow of the setting sun reflected off the water, casting shimmering patterns that danced on the surface of the Thames. Samuel breathed in the moist scent of the river, feeling a profound peace envelop him as the world transitioned from day to night. Tower Bridge stood majestically overhead, a stoic reminder of the city's enduring legacy. Samuel often marveled at the way the bridge intertwined with the lives of those beneath it, fishermen, lovers, and dreamers who shared whispers with the river. Each evening, as darkness draped itself over London, he felt a sense of belonging here, amongst the memories and secrets of the river. Tonight, the air held a charge of anticipation, hinting that something extraordinary awaited him. The sky darkened ominously as the sun dipped lower, heavy clouds gathering over London like a shroud. A fierce wind swept downriver, causing the water to ripple and dance with an unsettling energy. Samuel could feel the shift in the atmosphere, the air thick with electricity and promise, yet tinged with an undeniable foreboding. He cast his line once more, the familiar motion offering him a sense of purpose amidst the brewing chaos. Tower Bridge loomed above him, a steadfast guardian, its arches silhouetted against the darkening sky. The distant rumble of thunder resonated like an ancient drum, but Samuel remained dedicated to his evening ritual. He embraced the wildness around him, the pounding rain soon to arrive. In that moment, the river seemed to whisper secrets just beyond his grasp, drawing him deeper into its depths, a magnetic pull he couldn't ignore. Little did he know, the looming storm would bring more than just rain. The evening air grew heavy as ominous clouds loomed over Tower Bridge, darkening the once serene sky. Samuel had noticed the shift, the way the wind began to howl and whip through the arches, carrying with it a chill that pierced through his weathered skin. Yet, undeterred by nature's fury, he clutched his fishing rod, instinctively drawn to the murky waters of the Thames. He cast his line with a practiced flick, the lure plopping into the depths below amidst the mounting chaos. As rain began to pelt the surface, each drop accentuated the urgency of the moment. Electricity hung in the air, a forked promise that something awaited him. Then, suddenly, his line went taut, a fierce tug jolting him out of his reverie. Heart pounding, he tightened his grip on the rod, a mix of excitement and trepidation flooding his senses. The pull was strong, almost as if the river itself were calling him deeper into its mysteries. As the storm intensifies, Samuel's heart races with a mix of fear and exhilaration. The winds whip around him, howling like voices carried on the tempest, but his focus sharpens as he feels an unprecedented tug on his line. It is a fierce and unyielding pull, more potent than anything he has felt in years. With a determined grip, he begins to reel in, the line straining against the force beneath the surface, a dance between man and mystery. After a struggle that seems to stretch into eternity, the water parts and reveals his catch. An old, rusted locket, caked in mud yet strangely alluring. It glimmers faintly beneath the looming shadows of Tower Bridge, evoking a sense of wonder that momentarily quiets the storm. With trembling hands, Samuel carefully examines the locket, a sense of history and intrigue washing over him. What tales did this forgotten treasure hold, and whose love had once beaten fiercely beneath its delicate exterior? As Samuel gently pried open the locket, a faint scent of time-worn paper wafted through the air. Inside, a photograph emerged, its edges frayed but still holding the ethereal glow of youthful dreams. There, captured in the sepia tone, were a young couple, their faces radiating joy and hope, eyes sparkling as if they were in on a secret only the river could understand. Samuel felt a surge of warmth at the sight, the echoes of their laughter reverberating in his mind. Fingers trembling, he traced the contours of their smiling faces, imagining the life they must have shared along the banks of the Thames. He envisioned them strolling side by side, stealing kisses beneath the bridge, their love blossoming against the backdrop of a vibrant city. In that moment, the river whispered to him, unveiling snippets of forgotten conversations and tender moments, each wave carrying another fragment of their love story, as vivid and alive as the currents themselves. As Samuel clutched the locket, the world around him faded, and he was drawn into the stories hidden within its delicate confines. He envisioned a sun-drenched afternoon decades earlier, where the riverside teemed with laughter. A vibrant picnic spread across the grass, with a young couple, filled with dreams, sharing stolen glances and sweet promises. Their carefree laughter danced across the water, harmonizing with the gentle lapping of the Thames. Samuel could almost hear them whispering secrets, their eyes shimmering with the hope of a bright future. As the image unfolded, he saw them rowing a small boat beneath Tower Bridge, the sun casting glints of gold on their faces. Their love seemed invincible then, as enchanting as the river itself. But alongside the sound of joy, a subtle ache began to weave through his thoughts. He sensed the stirrings of a heartache that would later rip them apart, leaving behind echoes that resonated through the centuries. The Thames, Samuel realized, had cradled not just joy, but the bittersweet threads of love and loss. As Samuel's fingers traced the edges of the locket, the story of the couple unfolded in his mind like an old film reel. He envisioned them standing beneath the shade of a sycamore, laughing as they shared a picnic by the river. The vibrant colors of their lives splashed against the gray backdrop of the Thames, filled with dreams and promises whispered between the lapping waves. But in the echoes of their joy, shadows began to emerge, decisions made and paths diverging. A nagging thought pierced the warmth of Samuel's reverie, the inevitable separation brought on by forces larger than themselves. Perhaps it was work that took him away, or the war that swept through London like wildfire, igniting fears and sacrifices. He felt the weight of their heartbreak, resonating with his own life's losses and missed connections. Somewhere deep within, he understood that love, though often fleeting, leaves an indelible mark on the soul, much like the currents of the river he adored. As Samuel sat beneath the now clear sky, the echoes of the couple's laughter lingered in his mind like soft ripples on the Thames. He felt the river's pulse, a steady heartbeat that resonated through the depths of his own memories. The realization washed over him. This ancient waterway had been a silent witness to countless stories, intertwining lives like strands of a vibrant tapestry. Each wave seemed to whisper the narratives of those who had come before him, their joys and sorrows forever etched in the current. Samuel thought of his own life, marked by love and loss, and how the river had cradled his dreams from buoyant beginnings to poignant goodbyes. He sensed a connection to the couple, their hopes merging with his own, highlighting the continuity of life that thrived beneath the looming shadow of Tower Bridge. In that moment, he understood that though they were separated by time, the river united their stories in an unbreakable bond. As the storm subsided, the last remnants of thunder rumbled softly in the distance, replaced by a peaceful hush that enveloped the Thames. Samuel gazed into the water, feeling an electric connection to the couple whose love story had unfurled in his mind, bringing with it a warmth against the chill of the night. The moonlight danced on the surface, casting shimmering reflections that seemed to echo the laughter and whispered promises made beneath Tower Bridge. In this tranquil moment, he felt as if he were cradled by time itself, a part of a continuum where love, loss, and memory intertwined. The Thames, for all its murkiness, held a truth so profound. It had witnessed joy and sorrow, welcoming every experience with an unwavering embrace. Samuel closed his eyes and let the quiet wash over him, realizing he was not merely an observer, but a vessel of their stories, an eternal keeper of the river's whispered legends. As the echoes of the storm faded, Samuel cradled the locket in his palm, feeling its cool, aged surface against his skin. A storm of emotions swirled within him, a tempest that rivaled nature's fury only moments before. The faded photograph flickered through his mind, two young faces filled with laughter and unfulfilled dreams. He imagined the couple's love as vibrant and undeniable, stretching across time like the mighty Thames itself. Could he really relinquish this tangible link to their story? In that moment, he felt every heartache and joy the river had ever cradled within its depths. With a deep breath, he rose, the locket illuminating the space between their lives and his. It was a vessel of emotions meant to be returned. Samuel approached the water's edge, whispering a silent farewell, and with an aching heart, he tossed the locket back into the Thames, entrusting it once again to the river's eternal embrace. With the storm abated, the silver light of the moon reflected on the tranquil surface of the Thames, casting a soft glow that enveloped Samuel. The locket felt heavy in his palm, imbued with the weight of unspoken love and memories long forgotten. A stillness wrapped around him, and he sensed a connection to the couple whose dreams once danced along these very shores. They had forged moments filled with laughter, joy, and heartache. Their lives intertwined with the river as much as his was now. Stepping to the edge of his boat, he whispered a silent farewell, gratitude swelling in his heart for the journey through their shared past. With a deep breath, he gently released the locket into the water. It slipped away, sinking slowly into the depths, a final tribute to love's enduring power. As ripples spread outward, a sense of closure washed over him, leaving Samuel feeling at peace, embraced by the river's eternal embrace.